NewsNation's Robert Sherman joining us now from Puerto Rico with what more we know about this latest operation. Robert, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you, Marni. Well, a swift-moving day here with the U.S. Armed Forces active here in the Caribbean. Just a short while ago, we got word that a vessel was seized here in Caribbean waters by Southern Command. This ship was not flying a flag and was deemed to be a part of the so-called shadow fleet, which countries such as Russia, Iran, Venezuela use to move sanctioned oil between one another. Being unmarked, that's a telltale sign of a shadow fleet flag. But that is the second seizure that has taken place today. That ship was called the Sophia. The other one, the Marinera, took place in the northern Atlantic near Iceland. This was a ship that was flying the flag of the Russian Federation, which is significant. And we've heard from Russia's Ministry of Transportation. This is what they said, condemning the maneuver by the United States, saying, quote, "The Marinera received temporary permission to sail under the Russian Federation flag on December 24th. No state has the right to use force against vessels duly registered in the jurisdictions of other states." We have spent time in the Baltic Sea embedded with NATO tracking Russia's shadow fleet, and there's a few observations to note here. On the one hand, U.S. forces are saying that there were Russian naval craft in the vicinity while that seizure was made. That included a submarine that put out from Kaliningrad, which is home to the Baltic Fleet. Russia typically does this in order to deter any intervention. This is what NATO has told us directly. The U.S. still proceeded forward. Second, you have a ship that was flagged under Russia's colors. That is atypical to see a seizure such as that. Typically, shadow fleet ships are flying flags of convenience, such as the Marshall Islands or Panama. Those are countries that have very weak registration systems. Those are what you typically see seized. So to see a ship that is flagged under the Russian Federation colors is highly significant here. But the U.S. contending both of these ships are part of the so-called shadow fleet with ties to Venezuela. This has been a part of the administration's strategy in order to put pressure on the temporary government in Caracas. First level economic through oil sanctions and seizures, but the U.S. military is remaining here for the time being in case economic pressure needs to turn more forceful. Marni?
Quite a bit of developing news this morning on that front. Robert, thank you for the update.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.